twists and turns, and it all reaches a crescendo here tonight as EA Sports so proud to welcome you to the marquee event of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the champions from the NFC, the Carolina Panthers.
Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
Here now to get us started is Logan Cook. And we are underway on Sunday Night Primetime. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my face compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm on the...
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd down and 8.
Here we go. Here we go. 10 black.
Young to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
Young. He'll try and do this himself. Checks this down to Hubbard. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run. This is Bashir Tootin. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
11. Red on red.
Now Lawrence to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Third and 2.
Hey, Lion. Hey, Soko, hot. Go, let's go. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. A short throw there to Strange. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. Yeah, they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
I think in this situation, all you want to do is make sure your guys are set up front. No one jumps, no penalties. Sometimes you even call cadence, just go and pick it up.
Yeah, because it's on them. I mean, the quarterback's job's pretty easy there.
It really is. You talk about inches, just go get it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Rip, 23. Turn, this is hot.
Lawrence will throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Tootin. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already, I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt.
For the Jaguars.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
At the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right back to Hubbard. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6.
Ready.
It's Young off play action. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
60 red.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Hines Allen drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Open man is Tipton. So So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Now Lawrence. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. And we are back, Super Bowl 61. Thanks for joining us, everybody, nationwide and around the globe as both teams get set to begin the second quarter. Now the former Syracuse man, McQuinn Allen, and he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Here's Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Ready.
The 25, touchdown, Jaguars. Bayshore Tootin with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Jaguars post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
Come on, set.
Young off the play fake. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
On the ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Blue 32. Ready?
Now Young. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Off to Thomas on the left side. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Looking long for Thomas. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, 71 yards. And the Jaguars continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
Jaguars 14, Panthers 7.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 9. On play action, Young. And his throw here is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
10 black. Hey, go Fury. Set, huh?
It'll be Young again. Looking middle, and he finds McMillan. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So the drive will indeed continue. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll toss this right side to Hubbard. And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
Here we go, set. 50, green, ready.
Now Young fakes a sweep and looks to throw out play action.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and it'll be second in a couple.
Ready, ready. Yellow, 22, shot, 17. Ready, ready.
From the shotgun, it's Young. This is caught. Touchdown.
Chuba Hubbard from 8 yards out. And the Panthers are on the board here in this Super Bowl.
See, it didn't seem like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Jacksonville.
Now Lawrence. And that is caught downfield by Thomas. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down at the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. From the 2 now, second and goal. Turton will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here.
It is good.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. 67 yards. And the Jags will extend their third-quarter lead here in the Super Bowl. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
That's the score. Jaguars 28. Panthers 10.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll look to throw. That is caught. McMillan with it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Let's go now. Yellow. Fuck you. Yellow. Red. Yellow. Hut, hut.
Looking to throw, Young. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
Black 40. Hut.
Now Young. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now taking it right down Broadway. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Bashal Tootin with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Jaguars are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He still brings it in off the tip here on the deep shot. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Shovel 38. 52 blaster. Ready?
Now here's Young. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Joshua Hines-Allen, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here is Young. They'll drop that down to Hubbard. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Let's go. Blue 32. Set.
Young. Will try and do this himself. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the 1st down marker. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side.
Ready. 52 blue. Set.
Young to throw on 4th. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal.
Is a turnover on down.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. A short throw there to Strange.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
On the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Hey, go, go. 11, add, inside, go, go. Hot.
Now Lawrence to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Here we go. Here we go. Hut, hut.
Following the interception, Young.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
That's going to be caught. And he will take it across for Panthers touchdown.
Tommy Trimble,
27 yards.
and the Panthers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
35. Panthers 17.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll run with Allen. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Look pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 61. The culmination of the season and the crowning of a champion after the 4th quarter, which is coming up next. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
11. Come on. Set, go, Reed. Crack all 80. Steady.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Hey, run! Son, this is hot. Hey, I'm going.
Now Lawrence now going to move him around. On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they
got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Jaguars are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Jaguars 42. Panthers 17.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Ready.
Young to throw it. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Trayvon Walker. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Shot here on the ground. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
Rip, 20. Hey, here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. And they'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run. But this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
2nd down and a yard.
Here we go.
Now a toss play for Hubbard. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Here is 3rd down and 4. Young now. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. It's a pickup of 6. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Young to throw it. Over the middle. Traffic, and that's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and
he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. And Xavier Legette, 31 yards. And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Sink right. Lisa 24. Hey, Ginger, time. Here we go, son.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's taken down inside the 30. 141 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Hey, Soko, son.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Jaguars have done it. Jacksonville, the Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them. A fantastic season.
Commissioner Goodell going to make the presentation as he hands that Lombardi trophy to the Jacksonville Jaguars, champions of Super Bowl 61. So that wraps things up for another incredible season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for my partner, Charles Davis, for Mike and Greg, Kate and Brock, and our entire crew of hundreds, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Good night from Southern California.
The thing about depression, you think your life is over. When I was all alone, you came and changed how I feel. Only you understand me, you fill me up completely. And when I'm self-destructive,